Hey guys, Chelsea here from Making Manzanita. Today we're going to teach you how to replace your faucet and drain.
So we are replacing the faucets in our master bathroom today. We did this bathroom not too long ago, so these are relatively new, but we've been having a big issue with just the stains from the hard water on here and on this. So I've decided that I'm not a big fan of this style of sink faucet because the water just sits here no matter what you do. Cannot get it clean. So there's this, as you can see, it just sits right there. So this style of, it's called the waterfall faucet. It's pretty popular, but if you have any sort of hard water in your local water, I would definitely not recommend this because it started like a couple months after we put these in. So we are replacing them just to get the house ready here. And we are also replacing this. I'm also not a big fan of this style. The water just kind of sits right here, and that's also hard to get clean. So we are switching it out today. So we are gonna show you how to change over a faucet. If this is something that you guys wanna do at home, this is a pretty easy DIY project. So where's the new faucet? Oh, there it is. So we stayed with the black faucet because it matches all of the other things in the bathroom. Can you check that out? But on the front, instead of a waterfall, this one just comes straight down. So that's gonna work a little better. And then we got a different drain that is not gonna be black anymore, so it'll stay a little cleaner. So we will show you how to do this.
Now, the very first step is to remove the old faucet, and this is really pretty simple. So under your sink, you're gonna see 2 water supply lines and 2 knobs. You're gonna wanna turn off the water on each supply line, and then you can be sure you put a towel underneath because there will be some water stuck in the lines that will probably drip out. But then you can use a wrench to loosen these water supply lines right here and take them off one by one. And then back under here, you'll see where these 2 supply lines go up to underneath the countertop. You'll be able to unscrew the fastener of the sink faucet underneath there. And again, you're gonna need a wrench to do that. But otherwise, once everything's loosened up, the sink faucet should just lift right out of the hole. Here is a closer look at the exact sink faucet that we went with. We got it on Amazon and it was very affordably priced. We went with a matte black version, which matched the rest of the fixtures in the bathroom. And one thing to note when you are shopping for a sink faucet is to make sure that all of the parts are metal. So this one, although it's very affordably priced, it is all made out of stainless steel and nickel and metal insides. There are no plastic pieces, which tend to fail over time. So you'll see here, once you unpack the sink faucet, these are all of the pieces that will come out of the box, and it does come with instructions as well that you can follow. But in this video, we're gonna give you just a closer look at the exact steps that we took to install this sink faucet. So you wanna start by taking the threaded pipe, the metal one, and attaching it to the bottom of the sink, and then setting the sink into place on your countertop. Next, you'll take the 2 O-rings that came with the faucet there. There's a clear one and a black one. The clear one is plastic and the black one is rubber. You wanna be sure the rubber one is on top and will be the one touching the countertop. And then take the base of the faucet and just slide it over the water supply lines and twist into place. You wanna get it as tight as you can just with your hands, and then you'll wanna pop up and make sure it's nice and straight before you get it too tight. If your arms are long enough, you may be able to hold the faucet into place and tighten the bottom like Logan's doing here. If your arms aren't long enough, you just wanna get a second person to hold the faucet nice and straight while you get it tightened. Next, you can move on to securing your supply lines. We didn't know which one was hot and cold because they weren't labeled on this sink, so we just tested it. The hot on the bottom is always gonna be on the left, and the right will be cold. So we just attached one, tested it, and made sure it was the right temperature. When you're attaching your supply lines, you wanna get them as tight as you can with your hand, and then you'll follow up with a wrench and do a quarter turn with the wrench. Once those are both tightened, you can turn the water on so it's running, and then just make sure there's no drips and leaks as you run the water, and again, test that temperature. Next, it's time to move on to the drain assembly. This is how it comes straight out of the box that we ordered. and it comes kind of pre-assembled, so just take all the pieces apart so that you can get it put into your drain. So next you can go under the sink and loosen your drain from the drain assembly. So it should just be a simple drain that you can pop off, tighten, and then pop off. And again, you want to make sure you have a towel underneath your sink while you're doing this, because there will be some water that'll probably come out as you're doing this. Next, just take everything off of the drain assembly. It'll screw off. You may need to either have a crescent wrench or a monkey wrench just to get everything off. And again, there's some water coming out there, as you see, so just be sure you have a towel under so you can stay nice and clean. So after you get the old drain assembly all out of there, you want to be sure everything's nice and clean before you move on. So we took a Scour Pad and just scrubbed everything down and then dried it very thoroughly with a towel and paper towels on the top. Next, you will take the top of your new drain assembly and set it into place on top of the sink, and then take the bottom pieces, so those 2 O-rings and the threaded gold nut, and put it into place. Be sure that black one is on top. The black O-ring, the rubber one, is the one that needs to be touching the bottom of the sink, and then tighten everything into place with your hand and follow up with a wrench. We're using a monkey wrench here. You may also need a crescent wrench, just depending on the size of everything. Then you're going to want to follow up with plumber's tape. That's the white tape that we are wrapping around the threads on the pipe that comes with the drain assembly. You want to wrap it about 2 to 3 times around the threads, and then tighten it into the bottom of the drain assembly with your hands, and just get it as tight as you can before putting on the drain bottom there. Next, you will just get your drain reattached and tighten everything back together. Our drain has this little window here at the front, this little viewing window that allows you to kind of see where the bottom of the drain is. You can make sure you have plenty of room down there for the water. If your drain doesn't have that, that's okay. You just want to be sure that you have plenty of room underneath the drain for the water to go down, and everything needs to be pointed down. Then you just want to run some water through the sink to make sure that everything is tightened and correct on the bottom. Check for any leaks, and you're good to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to install a sink faucet in your bathroom and a new drain assembly, even for beginners. It is possible, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you're looking for more tutorial and DIYs, be sure to check out our other videos and subscribe to our channel while you're here. See you next time.